Late Night with the Devil is an Australian horror film written, directed and edited by Colin and Cameron Cairns. Incorporating elements of documentary filmmaking and found footage, the film follows the events of a late-night talk show episode aired on the night of Halloween 1977, during which the host attempts to boost ratings by inviting an allegedly possessed girl onto the show. I was certainly intrigued by the fantastic premise and cool title, and the fact that the film is homegrown for me. If recent Australian horror talk to me was anything to go on, then this should be great too, right? Well, I have mixed feelings. This review will be spoiler-free. Honestly, the film is fun and nostalgic. It does a great job at recreating the 70s talk show feel with the set design and cinematography. The whole thing taking place on the set of the show allows for an achievable low budget. It is a smart way of making a movie. I probably shouldn't let this bother me, but the found footage is in HD. I don't know, that always bothers me in movies. Maybe I'll give this a pass, but when you see it in a big budget Hollywood film, it is really so annoying and easily avoidable. The film was written, directed and edited by brothers Colin and Cameron Cairns, and it took a long time for them to get it made. I have a lot of respect for that kind of drive. I always like to support Australian cinema, as our industry is small. We can't dish out Hollywood level budgets. There were some cool practical effects that harkened back to 80s horror films, so that was really fun. The build-up is very engaging. The great acting from the whole cast really glues your eyes to the screen. However, I found the payoffs in Act 3 to be quite a bit jumbled. Whenever it cuts away from the broadcast and we see the black and white mock behind the scenes footage, it didn't really work for me, as it didn't feel authentic. It was a nice idea, but wasn't executed in a thought-out manner. The aspect ratio just didn't track. I understand the film is a horror comedy, so it really shouldn't be taken super seriously, but I honestly would have preferred a bit more realism. I think it had potential to be a bit more effective that way. The one unforgivable element is that the commercial break transitions are AI generated. But I don't really want to get into my feelings on that in this video, because that's a whole video of its own, honestly. One which would probably be a little depressing to make. It's a whole different thing for a low-budget film using AI, rather than a Hollywood studio that has all kinds of money to avoid it, but I still think that it is entirely avoidable, regardless of the budget, and should be avoided at all costs. I was mixed on this film overall. I champion Australian cinema and anyone that works hard to get something made. This has some great elements, but it honestly could have been better. When you're simply watching the mock broadcast, I was totally in. Otherwise, it felt a little lazy.